Hi, I'm Matt Peterson with Hydrating Humanity. We are celebrating what you have done over the last 17 years. By partnering with us, we have just sponsored our 1,000th well. It has often been said that it is impossible to achieve anything great without a team. This is our story, and for those who have partnered with us over these 17 years, this is also your story. 1,000 wells.
So literally 20 years ago, Matt was in this room and he came in with this big notebook and he said, I want to sit down and talk to you guys. I feel like God's given me an idea that can impact the continent of Africa.
In 2004, Lawson Huntley gave Hydrating Humanity our very first donation, starting something that would get to where we are now. In 2005, Mike and Jillian Meyer gave us our very first sponsorship for a spring well, and Pat Selby and our African team began to dig.
Hi, we're the Meyers. This is Mike and I'm Jillian. We are so excited to be here today to celebrate Hydrating Humanity. And Matt, it's just unbelievable how far you've come in such a short time. We're really happy and excited to see what happens next for you.
Yeah. Congrats on the 1,000th well. It's amazing, as Jillian said, how far it's come since Matt first started talking to us about trying to help people in Africa by bringing them fresh, clean water. We knew right away that we wanted to be a part of this, and we were fortunate enough to be able to sponsor first Hannah's Spring in 2005 and then Zachary's Well in 2006, and be members of One Tribe now for I don't know how many years.
Josh Young joined the HH team soon after, becoming our executive director, providing guidance and energy to help us grow and move forward.
It was over 15 years ago when I first heard Matt share about what was happening in Africa and many other parts of the world with the waterborne disease crisis. As I sat there and listened about what Hydrating Humanity was doing, the clean water projects, the hygiene education, sharing hope, I knew that I had to get involved. So here we are, over 17 years as an organization, celebrating 1,000 wells. It's truly remarkable, and we couldn't have done it without all of you. We're so appreciative, and I'm looking forward to the next 1,000.
And by 2010, Jay Helvey and New Canaan Society and the men there sponsored well number 100.
Well, first of all, I'm just thrilled, and I know the men of NCS Winston-Salem will be thrilled to hear how well Hydrating Humanity is doing. It clearly has the hand of God and the Holy Spirit on it, and driving the fact that you're on your 1,000th well. It's just such great news. And the fact that we were able to fund a 100th well, well, I come out of an investment background, so it's always nice to be able to back a early stage operation, innovative operation like Hydrating Humanity, and see how it's flourishing and impacting lives.
Just after our 100th well, Steve Witt, Bethel Cleveland Church, and Jim Serace sponsored dozens and dozens of wells. They also joined our board, moving us forward, and a huge milestone for us.
I love missional projects, and I was captured by the Hydrating Humanity Water Project years ago. The initial pictures touched me deeply. The practicality of changing lives and the spiritual fulfillment of waters that changes you touched me. The Holy Spirit seen as springs of living water. What an opportunity. Early on, I sold cases of water. I remember preaching from a stack of cases of water. That was my pulpit. We had fundraisers, spaghetti dinners, relatively new church that we had caught on to the vision. Anything we could do to raise money, get a well, bless some lives. I love Matt Peterson's vision, his unwavering commitment. He's a trusted friend, a lover of Jesus. I've seen the challenges that he's faced. He is strong, tenacious, and compassionate. We face many challenges in Africa. Ground variations in Africa. The need always was ahead of our abilities. Drilling equipment, truck, train workers on the ground, more schools in need, thousands more that were thirsty for clean water, as well as keeping the vision going back home to fuel that need that was being expressed. I got so excited, I started recruiting others. We laid down fundraising challenges with businesses, handed out cards and websites, info everywhere I went. Our church and many others worked and believed. I always felt I could do more, should do more, and would do more. Then the videos, the results of our giving and sowing into Africa, they would arrive. Pictures of children dancing in the flowing waters, splashing one another. Hundreds of children watching Jesus videos, transfixed on the message of Jesus Christ. How exciting was that? We're all stunned when we connected with the results of the unfolding story of the gospel and how it was touching villages, schools, and even a nation. The fruit is good. The fruit has been good. The pure fruit of Jesus. The poor are being lifted. Thousands of wells will be dug. We are celebrating 1,000 wells right now.
I mean, can you imagine like all the people's lives that have been ameliorated, and helped, with 1,000 wells? I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, these are people that will never meet this side of heaven, but man, it feels very good to be a part of that, albeit maybe a small part, but nevertheless, it feels good to be able to touch people's lives and in that way, it's so significant to them.
In 2014, our international directors, Pat and Grace Selby, actually moved to Africa to better support and lead our teams.
For nearly 10 years, I came back and forth 5 or 6 times a year, 3 or 4 weeks at a time, organizing, meeting people, trying to organize a couple of construction crews, develop hygiene trainers. Yeah. But how are we going to teach the hygiene? You are at home developing this hygiene curriculum, and you would come with me every once in a while. So tell us about the hygiene.
Well, we really saw how important education was going to be in changing the cultural mindset of accidental disease spread.
Accidental disease, yeah.
And we put together a curriculum that would really speak to these people in this area. We even used photographs to make some of our drawings come to life with how their communities actually looked. And we developed this curriculum. I started to teach it myself. I trained others to teach it. And we've now reached over 500,000 people with it. It's pretty exciting.
That's right. Once we were able to move to Africa and live among our team, their production skyrocketed.
It did.
Morale went up. Just accessibility. I'm now here. I'm a phone call away. I'm a 15-minute drive away from the drill rig and from the issue. We've been tested pretty heavily in a lot of ways, and I think we've done pretty good.
An acceleration happened for Hydrating Humanity when my uncle passed away and gave us an inheritance toward our very first drill rig. Jonathan Helser and his wife Melissa and the Cageless Birds did a benefit concert, and they matched what my uncle had gave and enabled us to purchase this rig. This was a game changer, enabling us to drill now down 600 feet through rock and dirt to reach water that we could not reach previously. This also spurred the vision for us to reach every single school in our region, over 250 schools, so that every single child would have clean water to drink.
And I think our community, the Cageless Birds, and all the worship nights we've hosted have gotten to be a part of almost 50 wells being dug, and also other ways of just supporting the dream of hydrating humanity. And some of those nights where we've raised money, like we were dreaming about maybe raising like $10,000. And some of those nights it was like 2, 3, 4 times that amount that would come in. And to just have a small little note in this beautiful symphony of redemption that is happening through Hydrating Humanity over the nation of Kenya and the continent of Africa is such an honor for our community to be a part of this mission. And now that 1,000 wells have been dug, it's crazy, and that we got to be a part of just a few of those. And I really believe this 1,000th well being dug is just the beginning. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of more that are going to be dug. I think one of the things we were just talking about that has impacted our community the most about being a part of this mission is anytime we've ever given to Hydrating Humanity, it is so quick to see the seed that we've sown, how quickly the harvest comes back. And we get photos, we get GPS coordinates of the well, where it's dug. And anytime we get those emails of the faces of the children, of the schools, of the people in the villages that now have access to something I take for granted every day.
It's such an honor to be a part of something so small, but that has such a great impact.
My goodness.
And I think that is one of the reasons why we just keep doing the worship nights and keep raising money as a community. It's so breathtaking to feel a part of changing people's lives. And recently we got to actually see a video that just went through like Cajun-Spur's well 1, 2, 3, and it rolled all the way into the 40s. And our whole team, our whole staff just sat there and watched it at the worship night and just cried like, oh my gosh, we've been a part of so many wells. And we've gotten to see the faces of the children, the mothers, the fathers, the brothers that have been changed by the offering of fighting for something that we really believe in.
On the U.S. side, another key part of our team came to us when Michael Clinton joined the Hydrating Humanity staff.
I wanted to be a part of something that was so life-giving, life-changing, and that would impact our world. And in 2016, I got that opportunity to be a part of Hydrating Humanity. To see children and women and schools and villages getting safe, clean drinking water for the very first time in their history changed my life. Congratulations, Hydrating Humanity, on our 1,000th well. I can't wait to see what is yet to come.
With our drill rig, Hal, now drilling, our spring well teams providing sources, as well as our hand-dug well teams working simultaneously, we reached a brand new milestone with our 500th wells.
Started, we used to drink dirty water, which the animals have urinated in, so that water was polluted. We thank the Lord we find the water. Yeah.
Now, around 250,000 people were drinking clean water every single day, and they are also hearing about the love of Jesus for the very first time. By well number 755 in the summer of 2020, our collective group of One Tribe members pulled their resources together to sponsor their 88th well. And just over 2 years after that, September 2022, we reached 1,000 wells.
Look at what we've done together. 1,000 wells in Africa that wouldn't have happened if we had to come together and done this.
Here's to thousands and thousands or more wells till the whole earth has access to clean water.
Over 500,000 people are drinking clean water every single day because of you. We want to thank every single person who has given any amount or helped sponsor some of the 1,000 wells that are currently giving clean water. We also want to say a special thank you to those individuals, families, and organizations that have sacrificially sponsored numerous clean water sources along the way. Thank you.